Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Brownie from the Young Zings. There's the OCG list that finally poured out a V-Jump that very excited to go over. It's actually just a portion of the list. They're going to be releasing the rest on the official website probably about the 18th or so. We'll get more into that after we talk about these changes. These aren't all the changes, of course, so there'll be many more likely. But the three changes that they've told us about are, oh boy, they banned number 16 Shockmaster, Performage Damage Juggler, and Performage Plush Fire. Hoo-wee! Oh man! Whoa! Dang! They do not want to around. All right, all right, all right. Let's get in. Let's get into this list. This is actually some pretty crazy stuff. Shockmaster. Actually, Shockmaster was kind of cancer in the OCG. It's a lot of people in the OCG were calling for it to get banned because it was kind of they literally stopped playing. You know how you could pop Ariadne, search a solemn notice, and summon another one, and pop it, search another solemn notice. It was ridiculous. Um, yeah, that's kind of dumb, but they kind of stopped doing that after a while. Like ever since like that got out of style pretty quickly because it was just not as efficient as just making Shockmaster call spells. Like, what does your opponent do? Like, they can't activate any of their Pendulum cards. Shockmaster is just so dumb. I'm so glad that they're going to be rid of that. In terms of the Before Mages, they're trying to obviously they're trying to completely rip apart this Before Mage and Pal deck that was obviously an accident. Highly doubt that this deck was ever intended to be a thing. In fact, they explicitly said like, yeah, we want like Blue Eyes, Monarchs, and Burning Abyss to be good. We like really want this deck to be good. So they're completely just ripping apart this deck. And you know what? I'm glad because I'm glad they're actually just just screw. We're just gonna go right in and just blow them all up because what they did with Necros when they were super dominant in the OCG. The first round of hits Necros, they put Manju, Senju, Unicore all to one, and I believe that was all of the hits. And Necros was like still undeniably the best deck. Oh, they put Preparation Rites too, but yeah. They're still undeniably the best deck, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll just take it one step further. So they put Brio and Cycle to one in the other list. They also put Senju to three, Manju to two. Like, okay, how about now? Necros is still just completely killing everyone. And then the list after that, what did they do? Necros actually kind of power creeped after that point, but it's kind of like how in the TCG where like they kept trying to hit Necros. Well, I mean they didn't really try very hard, but like until the end, like you know what, we're done, no more, and they just absolutely outright kill the deck. I'm kind of glad that they kind of did. I kind of remember when they banned the baby Dragon Rulers back when Dragon Rulers were a thing in the TCG, and the Dragon Rulers when it died, then they put them to one. Dragon Rulers when it died. Like you know what, screw it, we're just banning all of them. They're just making sure that this deck dies. Good for them, I guess. The deck was kind of dumb. I don't think it's dead actually, given just these hits. If these are all the hits they do to Pepe on this list, obviously there are many more hits because they explicitly said that this is only a portion of the list. But if this is all they do to Pepe, the deck is still functional. No, it's not the same, but dude, Skull Crobat is still at three. Perform Pal Sorcerer still at three. Monkey Keyboard still at three. Not that all those cards should be hit. I think Pendulum Sorcerer should, but like all those cards being at three, like that's a functional deck in itself. It's just so ridiculous, and I hope they hit Wavering Eyes too on this OCG list. That card's so dumb. So we find out the rest of the list on the 18th. But again, the thing about this list though, the one thing that bothers me is I think Damage Juggler did have it coming. I think Damage Juggler is dumb actually. I said yesterday I was like, I should probably see. I wouldn't mind seeing Damage Juggler put to one, and I still think that. But a ban, maybe that's a little over the edge. But the card is dumb because um the fact that it negates damage, like, yeah, that's fine, Snitch. But the fact that you can just banish from the graveyard just to search any Before Mage. The Before Mages are crazy powerful because you can search Hat Trick or Trek Clown, which are both cards that are good in itself, or you search a Pendulum card to complete your scale. You have a card like Plush Fire or Mirror Conductor that search to complete your scale, which is absolutely crazy. And the fact you could Plush Fire into Damage Order and then get Damage Order off the field by making Xyz, it's crazy. You'd be Twin Twister, discard Damage Order to mitigate the cost. It was just it's just so obscene, this deck. Plush Fire, on the other hand, I do not think Plush Fire should have been hit at all. I think Plush Fire is just poorly designed. I don't think he deserves a hit on the list. Not the TCG, not the OCG. He doesn't deserve a hit. He's just a poorly designed card. Like, we have plenty of cards in the TCG that are like at three. They're just absolutely retarded. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Oh, jeez. I'll do my best. I thought it was done when Unicorn's at 3, but that's not the case anymore. Judgment Dragon's at 3. I hate that card. I think Lightsworn sucks, and it's gonna suck for forever now. I still hate that card. It's just the most obnoxious card that at 3. Like they're just cards that like are obnoxious at 3, but they're not like killing the game. Um, Damage Juggler, though, on the other hand, I wouldn't say he's killing the game, but he's a problem. Plush Fighter is just a poison card. He's not a problem. I don't think he deserved to be straight up banned or let alone limited, but that's just the route they decided to take. They're taking a no nonsense policy with this Perform Agent Pal deck. So yeah, list gonna be the rest of the list probably coming out 18th when VJump officially releases. This all came from leaks of the VJump magazine that we got early. It doesn't officially hit Japanese shelves until the 18th, so we'll probably find out the rest then. I'm assuming that the reason why they're doing this, they're switching to more of online because I remember when the TCG released that article on July 2nd, Kevin Terwart essentially talked about how he didn't like how he and the Forbidden Limitless team, they didn't really like how they were under strict schedules in terms of having an end date. They said, okay, well, the end date is December 31st. We have to make a list by then. It like stressed them out or something. I don't know. And they didn't like hitting cards because they feared it'd be a problem and not whether or not like it deserved to hit. If that makes sense. Like, yeah. So like, but having specific dates was running contrary to that because this list will end on date X was limiting our flexibility, and sometimes we felt like we had to hit a card because it might become a problem rather than it was a problem. And that's understandable. That part is understandable. The part where it limits your flexibility, I'm heartfully sorry. Okay, that we do need to have this list on a kind of a consistent basis that it's kind of predictable because it does impact the decks I build. It impacts the product I buy. So like really does like the no end date thing is kind of just BS. But I'm glad that the OCG is switching to an online format because that way they can change the list whenever they need to. Because I'm having a feeling that this was one of those formats they had like the format was pretty bad over there. They're making like a lot of local tournaments were just making their own list. Like we're just gonna make our own list because the current list is so bad. This performance and power deck is so obscene. And yet when it gets to that point when players are just making their own list, you kind of might need to like relook things. And putting like an emergency ban list is fine. And like they don't really have the option by doing that in a magazine. You have to wait till the 18th of the month before it to like really take effect. And like yeah, VJumps only come out once a month. You can't really get them out immediately. With doing it online, you can do it immediately, instantaneously. Hits done, and then you're good to go. And then you also have those flexibility perks that the TCG talked before. I don't know for sure if that's the reason that they're doing this, but that's just my logical assumption, given just logic that it's just something kind of impractical of making all your Forbidden Limitless announcements made through magazines and not online when everything's on the internet nowadays. At least in America, it is. I don't know if it is in Japan, but also the whole flexibility that Kevin Terry was talking about and all that. That's just my thoughts on both those two topics. What do you guys think of these hits? They put Shocking Master, Damage Duggar, and Plush Fire all to zero. They are banned, gone, dead. Holy crap, they are completely gone. I can't believe they banned Plush Fire. That's so crazy. But other two, fine. No objections here. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. See you all next time.